Today we're going over the Loeb Classical Library in my database presentation. This is the Loeb Classical Library homepage where you go and begin your searches and going through the database. And what is collected and what is the scope? The library is a part of the Harvard University Press. The Loeb Library collects writings from Greek and Latin writers that are translated into English. The era scope of the collection is massive. The collections include writings from 800 BC to 1000 AD and start at the end of the Greek Dark Ages and read into the medieval period. This can include the eras of the Greco-Persian Wars, the rise of Alexander the Great, rise of the Roman Republic, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, and into the Byzantine period. The library has a total of 2,137 works. Items indexed and subjects discussed. The two main things indexed by the collection are the authors of the works and the works themselves. An example of an author could be Plato, Pliny the Elder, or Socrates. Or it could be the Republic, the Iliad, or the Histories. Subjects discussed are numerous. History of the times are discussed by the authors. Many topics are covered from mathematics, history, biology, comedy, agriculture, Christianity, medicine, law, love, and theology. A lot of the subjects were written about for 12 centuries by Greek and Latin authors. The form of these works is also considered in the database. The database separates it into two categories, prose and poetry. How does it work? In the general searching bar, this is your basic keyword search, and it is located on the home page where you can type in general search terms, and the Loeb Libraries has an advanced search feature. The advanced search feature are set up in Boolean search form using and or not, which is featured in most academic databases or journal search areas. And the advanced search features in the drop-down menu. The advanced search area contains 9 unique options. And the options are author, the original creator of the text. The digital object identifier is a unique alphanumerical code given to a work. And here's an example right here. Translator or editor, they translated the original text into English. Front back matter is the publication data like ISBN number, publisher, and main text, keywords within the text, and notes are the translation notes or notes by the author, and the work title, the title of the work. And for this database, they have two unique search options, are recto and verso. Verso is the Latin and Greek part of the text, and recto is the English version of the text. So you can search the verso for Greek and Latin words, and recto for the English words of the text. And here's an extra on this representation. It's the digital object identifier, which you can find in the lower left-hand corner. And the Loeb Classical Library also includes a Greek keyboard. A user can search the verso of the Greek items using the embedded Greek keyboard. These keyboards are found within the website for searching. And on the Loeb Classical Library, you can search by authors in alphabetical order. So if you have a certain author you're looking for, you can find it in this section as well. And the search results area in faceted searching. A user can narrow down their search options on the results page. You can search the language between Greek and Latin, the author of the work, the period when the work was written in, or the genre and subject of what the work was about. And you have a special feature within when you're viewing an item in the database where you can search within the work. And this search area is located on the bottom of the page where you can search the verso, the Latin or Greek text, or the English text. As an example, the word festival is located in the English version, and you can look up festival. And you can use the Greek keyboard to search in the Greek language version of the text for The Republic by Plato. And in the surrogate section, you can see the overview of the volume, where you can see the summary of the work to understand it better, the table of contents of the representation, and the bibliographic information below. And what questions can it answer? Who were the influential writers in the Greek and Latin world? What did these writers think about important subjects and issues at the time? And it gives students a resource to answer questions in history and classics classes. You can look at the original language it was written in and see its translations on the same page, which can be helpful for Greek and Latin students. And why use this database? The authority is amazing. The Loeb itself has been in publication since 1911, and it is operated by Harvard University. And the general editor of the database is Jeffrey Henderson of William Godwin Aurelio Professor of Greek Language and Literature at Boston University, so professionals in charge of the database. And the currency, it is updated twice a year, being the spring and the fall, where they can go in and add new translations, they can go in and add works. So it's regularly updated. And it has a Greek keyboard, which is unique, and in which a student of Greek can use. And it could go search items in the Greek language and seeing original texts and translations. Very, very key for this database. And its simple interface and searching tools. It is very specific in what you can search for. And it is easy to read, and it really doesn't overwhelm the user. And an example search, the question, were there any writings about Christianity by Julian the Apostate, the last pagan Roman emperor? Step 1, we put in author on the unique drop-down menu. And we type in Julian on the right, and we press enter, and these are the results from our initial query. We get 25 results, and we get 10 items displayed on the first page. And to narrow down the search, as we discussed earlier with the faceted menu, we select Christianity, and the search is narrowed down to just 7 results. So we go in and click the first one to see what it says. And this is Julian, the author, against the Galatians in that volume. And then we go check out the surrogate in the overview, which we discussed earlier. And Julian letters, epigrams against the Galatians, fragments. And in the first result on this narrowed search got us what we were looking for. Julian argued against Christianity and against the Galileans, as we see on the last sentence. Lastly, in volume 3 are the fragments of the work against the Galileans, which means the Christians, written mainly to show the evidence of the idea of Christianity is lacking in the Old Testament. This concludes the database evaluation.